Hello again, Year 11. Right, I promise this is the last one now. Okay, so this is the final part of the Nazi Germany explanation. So, this is for sections 2 and 3. Now, a key thing to remember first of all is you get a choice. You do not have to do them both. Okay, you do 2 or 3. Okay, how are you going to make that choice? If you look at the top left-hand corner of your paper, it will tell you the topic. Okay, so I'll look at the topic first, but I'd also read through all 3 of the questions to check you can answer them all. It's no good getting to the last one that's worth loads of marks and finding you can't answer that. Okay, then you can make your choice. Okay, so what you will have then is the topic heading, and in the case of this paper it says the rise of the Nazi Party, so that tells you the period you're going to talk about. Okay, and then it will give you your first question. Okay, and it's going to be a pretty straightforward 4-mark question to start off with. So this one says, why were the brown shirts important? So that sounds a bit cryptic actually. So what it's asking you is, why were the SA important in the rise of the Nazi Party? Because those are the details stated at the top. Okay, so all you have to do is give a couple of reasons how the SA helped the Nazis. Now, you can see from the mark scheme, if you just describe something they did or explain one reason, you're limiting yourself to half marks. Now, all of you want to get 4 out of 4. So you've got to talk about the context. You've got to talk about what they did in order to help the Nazi Party become more successful. Okay, so in this case, you might say something like, the SA intimidated the opposition, which helped the Nazis win election campaigns in the 30s. Okay, so that's what I mean by in context. So, that one's easy peasy. Next one gets a bit harder. Next one will say something like, study source F, using source F in your own knowledge, explain why so-and-so. Okay? In the case of the example here, it's explain why there are attempts to overthrow the Weimar government. Now, you will get one of the reasons from the source, so the source will give you a bit of a hint. Okay, so if you have a look on the one here, okay, you will see that one of the reasons people were so annoyed with the government this time was the massive reparations they had to pay from Versailles. So they've given you one reason, and all you need to do is explain why that would make people angry. Okay, so that's one done. Choose 2 more, explain those, okay, and if you can, add a little concluding sentence that says which one you think is the most important, and you're there. Okay, so last one. It's right at the end of the exam. Okay, you've just finished your 2B, so you've done maybe 2 or 3 PE paragraphs, and then you get the biggest, longest question. Okay, and expect something about how important was so-and-so. Okay, so here's quite a tricky one we've got here. How important was help from the USA, amongst other factors, in making the Weimar government successful in the years 1924 to 29? So immediately, they've given you one factor. So the USA are pretty important. Okay, so you're going to tell me in the answer in a really nice extended paragraph why America was so important in supporting Germany at that time. But we also know from all the revision you've been doing that there are other things. For example, Stresemann. So you could do another decent paragraph, okay, and explain all the things that Stresemann did and how that helped the economy. Where possible, of course, linking to the effects, linking to what America did to support Germany as well. So connecting the paragraphs is really key. You might also talk about then some of the wider changes in Germany that go on at this time. Okay, so some of the economic recovery. Again, try and connect that to Stresemann's actions. And then you have your kind of 3 sections. So you're really writing 3 or 4 well-explained reasons. And by well-explained, I mean specifics of what happened, but then also a couple of sentences in your sparkle words to say why that helped Germany. So consequently, therefore, as a result, and say what happened to Germany. By that point, you'll be absolutely exhausted. It'll be the end of your exam. But basically, you'll be incredibly successful, have got your A stars, and walk out happy. Okay? Best of luck, and I'll see you on the other side.